Hello, hello, hello. This is the Poetic Perfectionist Podcast. I am your host, Sophia.
And I'm your other host, Abigail, but you can call me Abby for short.
How's it going?
Living the Liva Loca.
Did I sound good for you? I'm trying to perfect my singing voice for you so you're not ashamed of me.
No, I'm not ashamed, but I don't think I said that phrase right either.
Um, yeah, I don't think so either, but I was just gonna breeze right past it.
Good call, good call, good call.
Yeah, girl, listen, I accept you the way that you are, however you pronounce it. You accept me how I am, however I sing it.
Seriously.
We
You know
are
this?
way too grown and lazy to try and make new friends now.
Yep, indeed. This is why this relationship works. We don't got time
Mhm.
for all this other stuff.
I'm just gonna make it work, girl. We are a functional, dysfunctional mess.
Is that what we're calling it?
I'm working on the title.
Good to know.
I'm
Good to know.
working on the description of our commitment to each other as a union.
Yes, union. Such a
Yeah,
strong bond.
right? How was today? Who is going? What are you having a party? And you
No,
gonna invite me? All that honking and gallivanting?
I'm not having a party. Probably the noise from outside.
Your
The only
neighbors are
people
having a
that be,
party.
yeah, the only people that have parties are the neighbors downstairs. You know how they get. So is a puff
They
puff cloud of smoke and all these other people that don't know how to park.
They
How is it you
live like it's 1999. Yeah, they don't know the concept of parking.
no? How is it everyone in the friend group is a terrible parker? I don't understand. Not one of you know how to park right?
No, it's done on purpose. It's done on purpose. I mean, that's how I choose to believe because if they're doing that and they're like, "Oh, this is great. This is fine." Then that goes to show you that the registry is still effing up.
Hmm.
They need to fire more people.
That they need to find more. They already short staffed. They can't get any more short staffed. I can't get nobody to pick up the phone, nobody to answer any questions. And the person that they got at the door is just like so quick, trying to rough and gruff you. Like barely listening to your story. He's like, yeah. I've heard the sad story. All right, next.
Yeah, that's the registry for you. Did you go to the one in town or did you go to a different one?
Unfortunately, in town.
Girl, you had a death wish.
Apparently so.
You
Apparently.
know that we are built different out here.
Mm,
Okay.
so they keep to.
They keep telling you and you stop and you just don't listen.
It's like I don't listen. When push comes to shove, and I was too lazy to go far. This is what happens. These are the consequences.
Oh, well, now you're being rough around, tossed around, mistreated, verbally
Mm,
abused.
seriously.
How was work today?
Ugh. Work
I'm
was a
sorry.
bit of it was a bit of a nightmare. Between the back-to-back Zoom meeting, a boatload of work that got dumped on me last minute, like literally midday. I just left out of there, and I'm like, I don't even know. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna even stress it. I'm not gonna even let my blood pressure go. I was like, Lord Jesus, let your will be done because I'm not getting myself into that position of me getting all upset and all that other stuff. Like you can't expect me to want to do all this training stuff, put all this time away to do it, and at the same time have time to do my work as well. Like something's
You're
gonna suffer. And since the work is what I'm getting paid for, and as well as the training, but the work comes first, well, I guess the training's gonna have to take a hit.
You're the only person I know that goes to work and leaves with homework. Like I don't know where they do that at.
I don't know either. It's so ghetto.
It's
Ghetto.
like every single time you mention it, I was like, oh, I have this reading to do. I was like, more homework? Girl.
You would have thought I'm taking some sort of certificate program. At least if I was doing that, I'm like, okay, I paid my money, this on the third, I gotta get my stuff and need to do what I need to do. But like, this is crazy.
They really want you to know and get all the knowledge.
I was hoping after that meeting that the my Friday meeting would drop off. No, no such luck. It's still on.
Oh, well, I mean, weekly meetings aren't too bad if there's like a set amount of time, you don't go over, like, I would say a half hour, hour max. Those can be productive if
Yeah,
done right.
I doubt in this case it would because the last that was supposed to be half an hour last week on Friday turned into a whole hour. Basically, the whole time it turned into basically my whole time that I was supposed to be working. The meeting was at like what 11, I think it is.
Hmm.
The meeting was like 11, 11:30. I get off work at 1. We literally did not finish till it was like I think 1 o'clock, almost 1.
Hmm.
So it went from half hour to like an hour. I was like, look, there
That's
goes all my time
crazy.
working here.
Oh, that sucks.
Man.
Let's hope it's a short and temporary thing. Work for me wasn't any better either. It was just back to back fires I had to put out. I
Ugh,
basically had lunch for dinner.
man, that's
It just
crazy.
time got away from me. I didn't appreciate it. I didn't really.
Yeah, I
I
can
mean, but what are you
understand.
gonna do?
Hey, things happen. You gotta do what you gotta do. Because when you're just so zoned in, you don't even realize that it's like, oh, shoot, X amount of hours have gone by. It's already way past half a day.
Hmm.
Midday came, went, left, and someone was clocking out, and you didn't. You just looked up off from your work and realized it. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even notice that.
Girl, that's crazy. That's crazy, girl. Crazy.
Uh-huh.
I don't dream of labor, so I'm kind of like over the whole work thing.
Labor is ghetto. Ghetto.
Labor is
All
ghetto.
these women out here talk about like women suffrage, this and the third. Listen, I completely understand about giving women options. If you want to work and you dream of labor outside the home, go right ahead. Listen, I want to be doing things that's going to be benefiting my home, my family, my things, you know? Shoot, pay me to stay home. I will cook, I will clean, I will wash everything, I will iron that shirt, make it crisp and steamed. Sign me up for the next one.
I just want to live like a rich philanthropist wife. It's more my speed.
Um,
Like
that's
minimize the
nice
work.
too.
I got a chauffeur.
Chauffeur.
Because sometimes I just need a break from doing all that driving. Because all that driving, ooh, girl, it drains me. So I
Hmm.
need a break. Because you got to think about it, right? You have the kids, say they're school age. You
Yep,
still have that time up until you got to go pick them up.
that's true.
And if you delegate enough of the regular house duties, you
Hmm.
still got time. If you do it right. If you do it right, and if you don't have, this is if you don't have any young kids at home. I'm talking about school age children, like they in school
Hmm.
being taught. I think you could work. I think it could work.
Hmm.
But that's just the wishful side of me.
I think
Don't
it's
worry,
so
girl. You'll get there.
why not?
You'll get there, girl. I believe in you.
I believe in you too, girl.
Hmm.
When we both make it, we can sit around and talk about and reminisce about these days like we do with the college days and high school days, which you don't remember anything of. So,
Hmm. I'm just gonna be like, ooh, really? I was there for that? Oh, sounds nice, I guess.
we had two different experiences. I don't know where you were when the whole school was happening. Was this an episode of the Body Snatchers? Did you have a twin come in and do all the schooling for you?
I'm, feels like
While
it.
you were gallivanting in these streets? Because I don't understand how you remember not a single thing. I can understand you don't remember the people in your class and all that stuff, but you don't even remember events that happened in the school,
It was
memorable
all
ones.
a blur. It was all a blur. I remember stuff.
Yeah, right.
I remember graduating. I remember prom. I remember some of the football games. I remember that girl that got bopped in the head with the science book. I
Ooh,
remember.
man, that
Yeah,
was
that's about as much as my memory will allow me to remember.
that ooh, that assembly.
Ooh, it still
That
hurts to this
that
day.
was
It still
I
hurts.
I winced when I seen that heavy chemistry looking book came flying to her face like poof. I was like,
Oh, it was. I knew it was a science book because them math books weren't as hefty.
nah,
Them science book will get you. Them science book,
no
the
science book, and it was hard.
hardcover.
That's what I was about to say.
Those suckers really do hurt. Ah.
No, they hurt as much as they hurt just as much. They probably hurt
Mm-mm.
just as much getting it in the face, getting a hit in the face with it as it was you having to carry all these flights of stairs.
Ooh,
And they
child.
remember they wouldn't even allow you a backpack. You had to leave your backpack in a closet and carry it by hand
Oh, that's right.
like some peasant.
Which was so stupid. Like, how you expect me to lug this book, this heavy ass book, to your classroom? My class, if I have a class, let's say first floor yellow building, but I gotta be in Azure, third floor, but I gotta get there in 5 minutes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to be Houdini and just woo?
Apparently.
That's not how that works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need some time. I'm gonna need some time.
Time indeed.
Yeah. So, I mean, I do remember some stuff. I am a little bummed that we didn't get our 10-year class reunion.
Mm-hmm.
That is a little bit of a bummer, but also at the same time, it's like if it was meant to be, it would meant to be. If not, there's always next time. I don't know when that next time will be though.
I don't know either. I mean, granted, to our president bodies or student body group,
I don't know who's in charge of handling it because it's not like it's the same. You got to think about it this way. It's not the same exact people that handled it when we were in school. These are people that actually, I believe, have to like want to like sign up and handle it. So
uh,
I don't know who's in charge.
I thought it was still the same graduating people were the ones that were doing it.
Yeah, from my understanding, no. I think it was some people that were maybe in the student body class, but it's not the exact same people in it. Because remember, that was when we were in school. We're like what? How many years out?
Uh,
13 years out?
yep, 13 years out. That's crazy.
People don't change. People don't move. Some people got married. Some people got kids. Joined the military. Start businesses. Moved out of state. Returned to state. Like people had like a lot of going on in their lives. So I think the last thing is that those same exact people that left
Mm-hmm.
aren't going to necessarily be the ones that are involved with like arranging it. It's
Mm,
just something that you would have to essentially sign up for. I think the requirement is that you have to be a member of that class for it to work.
I see.
Yeah.
I mean, which makes sense because it's like if you actually
Yeah.
went to it, then you'll know the people, or
There's a
ideally,
starting point.
yeah. I don't know, man. My thing is like the tickets when they were doing it, the tickets were expensive. Okay, they were
They
like
were like
when it
80,
was a 5 year.
$85, I
Yeah.
think at the time, 80 or 85.
Hmm.
I don't know if it was just a pair or just per ticket, like one ticket.
I think it might have been for one ticket, and I think they gave you like a discount, like if you got two, or if you're bringing someone or something like that.
Mm.
Then I think it either was free or if it was like $40 or something like that.
Okay.
The two. I can't remember what the deal was. I just remember thinking like this is a little bit ridiculous, but okay. My thing
I
is
don't
like
remember where it was.
I did not. It wasn't. Remember, it was put in uh it was like Abington or Bridgewater or some hole in the wall shack like
Oh, it wasn't at Lombardo's?
no, the
Oh.
first one for the 5 year was going to be at Lombardo's, but then they
We
changed
were
it.
supposed to have a 5-year reunion?
Yes, and then I was like, that's ridiculous. Ain't nobody showing up to that.
Okay.
I said five
Okay.
years.
You know what? I take my previous comment back. I clearly don't remember having any of these conversations.
Nope. That's what I'm telling you. Okay, you just forget everything. It's like you have amnesia. Anything's high school related, amnesia. Okay, now I'm just kind of worried because college days are where the most antics went down. I don't need you to be up on your stuff to
I remember
remember
those.
this.
I remember those.
I would hope so. You blocked out a whole elementary to high school out your mind, so you need to remember something.
hmm I guess my brain was like, let's remember the stuff you paid for. All right. We can start with that.
Goodness, man. Yeah, no, no, nope.
I didn't realize we were supposed to have a 5-year
Yep,
reunion.
we were supposed to have a 5 year, which was ridiculous, and it was going to be at Lombardo's. Then they changed, and then it was like in Bridgewater, and it was some weird rent
Like a
hall,
function
like a
hall?
function hall, yeah. And it was just like in the middle of nowhere, and it was like one of those places where it's located. Like once it gets dark, it's like dark, dark next to neck of the woods massacre, like crazy stuff. And I was not about that life.
She's like, you ain't gonna catch me out there.
I was like, excuse me, like, do you see me? Do you see me?
No, I don't see you. That's
Do
the
you see
problem.
me? I'm not out here, okay, trying to be part of this nature-esque whatever you're trying to do here, okay? Like I don't do nature like that. Like
She's like, I don't know nature like
you have me out here in some backwards road, barely any street lights, dark
Okay,
there,
it's not like they had you in the middle of nowhere.
practically,
It wasn't that bad.
practically. Listen, I
If it's
remember.
not a function hall, it couldn't have been that bad.
Yes, it was. I remember because we ended up doing, what you call it, practice run to see where it was located to find it. And we went to try to look for it, and it was late in the afternoons, and we had just ran our errands, like did our nails or whatever, and I did my hair and this and the third, and we were like, I think we were either going to one of the Targets or something like that in that area,
That sounds about right.
and then we were like, oh, let's just check it out because I think the address said that it was somewhere around these parts. So when we were staying there, we literally drove by it when we were going, and it was like getting dark. The area was just so dark. It was like one of those pitch black, no street lights type situation. Like I'm sure like it had like the parking lot, whatever, had some like light somewhere. But at the
hmm
time I did not see it. I just remember it being like there's a lot of woods. I do not see like any houses or buildings or stuff like that. The nearest house is probably like a whole 5-10 minute walk away. It
Oh.
was just like secluded. It was just literally like the hall and then nothing but trees for a while.
Well, it had trees. Trees are nice.
Yeah, nice,
Trees are good.
nice when someone's not hiding behind it trying to take you out.
Oh, okay. All right. Grant, I do remember it being like the weekend. I don't know if it was like the rescheduled date because I know like it happened around the start, like right before the shutdown with COVID. So that wasn't going to be fun.
Nope.
So I think the rescheduled date was supposed to happen with the following class's 10-year mark.
Yeah, I remember that
And I remember that weekend, the weekend they had picked is the same weekend as with grad for
for the
the
graduation,
cur yeah,
the
because
current
it's always
year.
the same. They use the same date every year, unless the backup date kicks in due to weather. It's like the first Saturday or
Hmm.
of June. So it's like I don't know how many people were actually going to show up because it sounds like it was going to be chaotic. You got graduation, people are still recovering from all the college graduations that they were in town for, and then you have the high schools that are graduating. We have two high schools in the area, well, three if you want to count Southeastern, which is literally up the road, or two towns over, or one town over, wherever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So you have people that are like in the area attending all of those, so then everyone's graduation parties. So I don't know if that would have been feasible. Maybe if they picked a different venue, possibly. Like I said, I always thought it was going to be at Lombardo's only because it made sense. That's where we had our prom. That's where I mean, they had the pretty chandelier. I mean,
Mm-hmm. That was a nice
everybody
chandelier.
knows.
I took a picture in front of that for prom. It was real cute.
It was. It was. They side note, they closed. They no longer are in business is what I heard, which was really, really sad because, well, why would you close it? Where are we supposed to have our events?
I know. When I heard that they were closing down, I was so sad. I was like, that place is so nice. No, wow.
hmm I think the same own. I think the owners also own like chain of restaurants or whatever. So
Mm,
it sounds like they're still good. They probably just they weren't making that much money. I mean, after COVID, a lot of places had to shut down
yep.
because
Unfortunately.
it's like if we don't have bodies here, what's the point?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
I'm
they
just
just couldn't
saying,
survive.
instead of trying to do like, I mean, I understand you want a nice place for the older generation to go to, have a nice classy event because they got some money. But like if they gave us like 1 or 2 nights, we could pack a house. I'm just saying we don't need much. Just give us a hole in the wall, some good food and music. We're good. All we need is a DJ.
Well, you also have to take into consideration location. It's right off the highway.
I
Like
know.
you're leading onto the highway, but like where it is, it's kind of like I don't know. I think it would be an odd spot for it because you're sharing you maybe I'm thinking it differently cuz the hotel is right there. It's connected to the hotel or behind the hotel,
Hmm.
wherever it is. And the gas station right there and the highway's right there. So it makes sense for it to be there, but at the same time, if that's your only draw, where else are you gonna go?
I thought it was a very good location actually because the hotel is right there. So that means you can just pop right over. You don't have to
Mhm.
drive. They're serving
Mhm.
alcoholic beverages. Everybody's gonna be safe. If you need to go, it's right off the highway, so you don't even need to actually go deep into a certain territory. So it's not like with Boston that
Mhm.
you literally have to be in Boston to find a parking or a lot or a garage before you
That
can
is
go to
true.
walk. With Boston, it's like an event. You know, you go, you find your parking. Okay. Then you have to go
Mhm.
there and go on a journey to walk to the actual destination where you need to go. Like, it's like, why are we on a pilgrimage right now? I'm just trying to get a drinks with my friends. This is crazy.
She said, "Why are we on this pilgrimage?"
What else would you call it? It is a pilgrimage. You'd be like, no, the nearest lot is like 10 minutes walk away. Bruh, I didn't wear no walking shoes. I'm trying to
Oh,
go to
that's
this
if
place
you
right.
don't valet. Got it.
It's so stupid. I mean, there's certain events where it's like, now, um, we're at a certain age where it's like we've learned from our youngin' mistakes of
Ooh,
not
child.
paying for valet or not budgeting in valet money. Not anymore. I refuse. I refuse. I want someone to be parking the car and then bringing it to me when I'm ready. Because we're not doing this, okay? I'm not doing this
Yeah.
pilgrimage thing like, oh, let me save myself just $10 so I can go out here, park 15, 20 minutes away, and then walk another 10 minutes on this pilgrimage so I can get to the actual place that I need to go.
I have injured myself way too many times. I need Valet. No, no, bring the car to me and bring it up here, because the distance from this door to my car door is about as much as I can give you without getting injured. That's about it.
It's the only time you're gonna hear Sophia out here. Her French is gonna be on point. Excuse me, garçon, garçon. I'm gonna need you to. I'm gonna need you to. What's the French word for it? You say, car, el carro, carro,
Really,
la
El
machine,
Toro?
la machine, la machine. I'm gonna need to roll it right over. Vroom vroom. Hmm? They're gonna look at you like you had too much. Cut her off. Cut her off immediately. Cut her off.
He's gonna look at me like, "Girl, I speak English." Oh, well, let's wrap it up then. Turn this vehicle around.
Oh, you speaking English? Great. Vroom vroom, butter trucker. Vroom vroom. Bring that shit round.
Ma'am, the car is right here. It's too far.
So we don't
I
provide.
need to get from here to the door in under 5 minutes.
Okay.
How you have it parked? That's 7. No.
She said that's 7. I'm weak.
That's an extra 2 minutes. Listen.
I hope you
I
got the
can.
under 5 minute tip. Okay.
I tip very generously.
So yes, when you
I tip
don't
gen.
remember that you pulled out a 20 from your wallet and then you're looking for
Okay,
it the next day.
that guy didn't deserve it because he didn't do much.
Hmm.
I don't even remember him pulling out the car.
Hmm. He probably did, but you didn't remember, just like you didn't remember tipping him. Listen, all I'm saying is Tipsy Sophia is a whole nother person. She a whole nother ball game. She a whole nother situation. Okay. She fun. Okay. Not that the regular you's not fun. That Sophia is another type of fun. She's another layer of let loose, go free, caution to the
Throw
wind.
caution to the wind.
Yeah.
Literally.
Literally. Okay. She out here bagging all types of men out here. It wasn't even trying. She out here getting a pass on possible assaults. Who knows? She flirting with all them, subjugating these poor dudes like a piece of meat.
What was it that one of the girls said? She's like, if it weren't for the fact that you're a girl, she's like, you would have so many sexual assault or sexual harassment suits filed against you. You can't just be going around pinching people's butts.
Seriously.
Like, listen.
I don't know what it is. You get a couple of liquor in you, all of a sudden you get grabbing, your hands get touchy. I'm like, hey. I gotta keep watching your hands. Like other friends be trying to wander to other places. You, on the other hand, your hands be wandering to places they don't need to be wandering.
Hey, but I never leave your side.
Oh,
Don't you want that?
that makes it so much better. So now when you out here pinch, and turn around, act like it wasn't you, I gotta come up with a story of what went down. I'm looking at him like, huh? What? I didn't
But
say
it wasn't me.
that wasn't
You
me.
stood next to him. It wasn't me.
That wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
They're looking at me like, listen here, honey. Like, if you're trying to make a little something, let's like, ew, no, stop talking. No. Immediately no. Okay.
There was a time, I think I told you this before, where me and a couple of my friends, we went out. This place called Coogan's. And
Ooh, I have heard of
at the
that.
time, yes, at the time, I think they're under new management or whatever. But at the time, it was basically this hole in the wall type dive bar atmosphere. But it was fun though.
I have heard. I did. It was fun place.
Okay, so I think I told you the story where it's me and 2 of my girls. We are out. We're having a good time, One of them, we were all single, child free, no care in the world. I mean, if we did, we didn't care that night.
He said we left the responsibilities at home where it should be.
So pretty much all 3 of us wear glasses, but that particular night, one of them didn't one of them didn't wear her glasses, and the other,
Oh boy.
the the arm part, the screw came loose.
Oh boy.
So she couldn't keep hers on. So she took hers off. So I was the only one with my glasses. And I didn't have my good glasses that I got for my birthday, girl. This was beforehand.
That was a
Actually,
recipe
was
for
it beforehand?
disaster.
Yeah, it was beforehand. Child, we saw these guys. And this is why to this day I'm very skeptical about people approaching me. It's like, I need to see you in the daylight, regular light, spotlight, every light.
Yo,
These
you sound
guys
like
from
one of those F boys right now that be like, nah, you ain't gonna bit and switch me. You real, you live catfish. Okay.
we were catfish. I don't care what nobody says. It was a live catfish situation. So from a distance,
Mm, mm, mm.
they look great. You know what I'm saying? All three of them look great. And one of my girls made eye contact with them. So then they started, come over. I was like, all right, they're getting closer. I was like, oh, okay. Mind you, when we were looking, we were using my glasses. All right. So my glasses were on rotation to kind of verify with each other, are we seeing the same thing and is this cool? So we
Oh
all
boy.
agreed, yes.
Oh boy.
As they got closer, I was like, wait a minute. Why are you looking like that?
Mm, mm, mm.
The other one was like, hold up. He looked taller from all the way over there. What happened?
It's all perspective, girl.
The other one on the other side of me is like, hold up, wait a minute. Let me see your glasses again. I was like, I don't think we should trust my lens. Yo, the closer they got, the worse they were.
Wow.
It was bad. They started off looking like who they started off looking like Jason Momoa, The Rock, and Paul Walker. Right? That's how they started.
Wow. That's a lineup.
By the right? By the time they got to us, Paul Walker, no longer there. The Rock and Jason Momoa looked like Quasimodo and Shrek.
Mm, mm,
Yep.
mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you ponder
How you
let,
go
let that
from
soak in. I
Paul
don't
Walker,
know.
Jason Momoa, to Quasimodo and Shrek? Don't get me wrong, okay? Um, Quasimodo had a little something going for him, he had nice eyes. His spirit
I
was
don't know.
nice.
I do not know. But by the time that we were all face to face, we were just like, "Oh no." It was a nightmare. And then you would thought that looks department was already traumatic enough because of the shock. I was
Oh
like, "Well,
no, please, please, before you continue, tell me it wasn't one of those like unnecessarily like very confident with nothing to stand on for this confidence type of thing. Please tell me that wasn't so.
um
Oh Lord.
I mean,
I just don't understand. Where does
I
I
don't
will
know."
say I am very jealous for you to have that level of self confidence and just
Yes.
I'm the shit and literally
Mhm.
damn and not let anybody else hold you down.
I will give them that. They didn't let nobody tell them nothing. They said, "We know what we look like in the mirror and we don't give a damn." I was like, "You know what? Good for you." Now it's the problem where it really went downhill. I think the looks wise, we were just like, "You know what? It is what it is. You can't do
Mm-hmm.
nothing about that."
Mm-hmm.
What happened was is that they started talking, and then once they started talking, I was just like, "Where is my car? Where are my keys? Let's close out this tab. Let's get the hell up out of here."
Mm-mm.
Long story short, the guy that I thought was cute, no. and we had this like mutual agreement, like this ain't gonna work out, we're just not even gonna fake the funk, so we just didn't really talk, which was perfectly fine with me because I don't know what else to say to you other than a rude comment, and at that time in my life I was not about to have that.
Mm-mm.
My other girl, she's just like, I think she just, I can't see anyway. So
Mm-mm.
I'm just gonna play it. Mind you, she actually no, she was the only one in the out of the three of us with her boyfriend. So she's like, I legit have a reason. I have no business talking to you anyway. I got a man at home.
She's like, I'm just the moral support. Don't come over here.
Don't come over here. I'm moral support. I got a man at home. Don't you talk to me. So she had a legit reason. My other friend, she's the nicer one. So she's the guy is talking to her and she's responding. And from what I could gather, it sounded like, now this was years ago, so I don't know if this is still the case. Supposedly he was a fighter and he had a match the next day, but he was drunk and high.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, neither did I.
Because you get tested.
That's what I assumed. But hey, you know what?
Alcohol, easy from the target, no big deal. But high, nah, you get tested regularly and often.
Listen, when it comes to going out and you hear these stories, listen, I'm not about to argue with drunk people. That's my number one rule. Whatever all right, cool. If you say that you are Mr. Rogers' third son, cool. Hey, if you told me that you're the guy from Reading Rainbow, all right, we'll roll with it. What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna argue. I don't argue with drunk people. I just don't.
That's a good
We're in a bar
policy.
setting. No, thank you.
That is a good policy. That is a good policy.
So where the guy is like chatting my friend's ear off, poor thing, and he's like, "Oh, let me get your number," blah 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 blah. And at that point, I feel like that's when, or at least for me, that's when I started to notice, like when you gave a guy your number, he would dial the number, he would call it right on the spot.
Mm.
So I'm over here trying to close out the tab. My friend, our other friend, the non-single one, the one that was there for moral support, all of a sudden,
Mm-hmm.
she's like gathering all of our our stuff. She's like, all right, give me your keys. I'm gonna start the car. We're gonna get the hell out of here.
Indeed.
So I don't know what it was, but we had some really good times at that. We done seen fights go down at that bar.
Mm-hmm.
We had been there a couple times, not back to back, but like enough times to where I felt like the bartender recognized us. We knew it was bad when the bouncer came up to us one night and he was like, "Hey, ladies, welcome back." I was like, "Nope."
Listen, if anything, I mean, I know that's not necessarily a good sign. That just means you've been going out a lot. But I actually see that as a good thing because if you go missing, they'll know. If they didn't see you leave, okay, they're the first to be out here like, nah, they always come at their regular time. They usually stay until this time, this, that, and the third, and I didn't see them leave. Or I saw them come in, I didn't see them leave. They always wave hi, they always say bye on their way out, and I did not see them. That's not like them.
Mhm.
That's not like them.
I got a high, but I didn't get a buy.
That's how you know that it be little details like that be saving people's lives and stuff. When we getting kidnapped from all these situations, crazy, crazy.
Oh, when we had that moment, we just looked at each other. I was like, we're gonna need to slow it down with this going out thing. But like when you're in your early 20s,
Mm-hmm.
what else are you supposed to do? You ain't got really nothing to do like that. We were rotating going to the club and going to the bar. Like, okay, this weekend we went out heavy
I
to the
bet.
point where I was just like, I'm surprised that I didn't get most of my injuries then.
Nope. Your body
It's
said, "Nah, we're
now.
gonna keep it for the youth.
Now that you're older, your body's like, nah, you need to slow down. Thinking you're some 20-something-year-old, okay? Slow your ass down. If you won't do it,
Who
I'll
told
do it
you?
for you.
Who told you you can get up these stairs at 2 o'clock in the morning? Girl, you better sit your ass down.
She said, "Grrr, grrr, grrr," as she's taking a whole flight of stairs. Grrr, tut, 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 tut. She said, fuck this, let it go. Jesus, take the wheel. Show me all the ways. As her face is meeting the pavement. She was like, on my way there, I had time to contemplate and pray to the Lord. Why is this happening to me right now?
Oh my gosh, that night was so good. And then poor Misa, she was the one that was with me. She's like, I don't know what happened. Literally, 1 minute you were perfectly fine going down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
The next, you are at the bottom of the stairs.
Listen, that's what always happened. When you got injured with me, it was like that too. You were perfectly fine walking that sidewalk. I take my eyes off of you for 3.2 seconds. I turn around, all I hear is, ah! And your face meeting the sidewalk. I was like, what the hell? I turned my head away for literally less than a minute. What happened?
I don't know.
You out here tripping on imaginary air like Jimmy Neutron's dad on the Posies and Daisies. I was like, what happened here? Like, people see this in the cartoons, not in real life.
Mhm. Yeah, they're like, I don't know what, like, she was perfectly fine. That's how it always is. She was perfectly fine a minute ago.
It's so
Yeah,
wish she
that's the
was perfect
problem.
slab.
You turn your head. You're supposed to keep your eyes on me 24/7.
That's crazy.
You took your eyes off me, and then I fell.
I don't understand. Nobody's side of me out here like we need a chaperone. That's why you need to get some money, okay? You need to pay a professional babysitter to watch your ass because this is
That's
crazy.
what I'm telling you. I need a bodyguard or a chauffeur. One of them would have snatched me up.
I hear that getting a bodyguard is not as expensive as you think it is. We gotta look it up. We gotta look this
It's
up.
not. You can't look at it as expensive. You have to look at it as an investment.
It is an
Just
investment
like, just like
in your
I am
ankles.
paying, just like I'm paying every month for my health insurance. I need to pay my bodyguard.
This is for your health. We should do one of those. Get like, what was it? A chauffeur to take us there to the places that we want to go. Okay.
Hmm.
We're renting you from this time to this time. And then at the same time, also get a nice little bodyguard that's gonna be out here. Hey ladies, that was a great. Keep in there, stay off in there in the corner, talk to the whatchamacallit, the bouncer and all that other good
Hmm.
stuff.
Chit chat on bouncer stuff.
I don't know what the bouncers talk about. They bouncers be bouncing.
I don't know. Oh, there was that. Remember that? There was that one time we had. Oh, there are so many club stories. This is a good
Mm-hmm.
session. There was that one time I think it was you and I, or it was another friend of mine. No, it wasn't you. You would have remembered. This
Mm-hmm.
guy, mind you, we had gone to. Remember when Julep was in town?
Oh yeah,
It was
before
a
they
thing.
got
Yeah,
closed down for letting minors
before.
in. Mm-hmm. I remember.
Yeah,
I
that was.
remember.
Oh yeah,
They had a
the
good
good
thing
part.
coming. They had to mess it up. Mm.
I know. So they had this one bouncer who he seemed like a nice guy, but he had more of a crush on Misa,
Of
which was
course.
perfectly fine for me because whatever at that time, whatever we could do to get in for free is all right with me.
Mm.
So
Yes,
I was like,
you weren't opposed to propositioning your friends
oh,
for
so you think my
entrance and
friend
free drink.
cute? You think my friend cute? Cool.
You out here like
Oh,
practicing skills as being what was it? What do they call a madam or what is it?
not a
You like
madam.
a female version of a pimp, whatever that is. That's what you was.
A madam. You're right, a madam.
That's what you was.
Although
You
I
out
think
here
that's a bit
trying.
of a stretch.
You out here damn near trying to prostitute your friends with some drinks. That's crazy.
Never. I would never do such a thing. I just
Mm-hmm.
happen to, let the fellas know, hey, I could attempt to put a good word in for you. I would put in a good word for them. It's not my fault that they all said no every single time. I can't help you with that.
Oh yeah, so it's just a coinky dink that is so the ones that how do you say um how do I put this
Nicely.
visually challenged?
Listen, I promised you a good word. I put in a good word.
Mm.
Not my fault they didn't take it.
You know dang well from the get go they wasn't gonna say yes. Why you play them like that? They
They didn't
poor
need to
little,
know that.
their poor
They
little
didn't.
hearts. You out here stringing them along, saying, "Well, you know, you
I
get.
didn't string them along.
I'm a little parched. You know, if you."
I promised them a good word, and I did. I put in a good word for you.
Mm,
The rest, all on you, buddy. Not my fault.
mm,
Not my fault. You're gonna have to
mm.
take responsibility for that one.
I'm surprised nobody didn't try to drag you out in the back and take you away.
I'm sure they tried, but then they were just like, her resting bitch face.
If looks could kill, I'd be dead.
Looks could kill.
I'd be
No, but there
dead.
was this particular bouncer. He seemed to like want to flirt more with her, which is perfectly fine because we didn't pay a cover. But
Mm-hmm.
the whole time we had to like dodge him the entire night because she was like, I am really not trying to have a conversation with him. I was like, well, you should have thought of that before you gave him false hope.
Mm-hmm.
Now he over here looking for you. What we finna do?
Mm-hmm.
So, we're partying the night away. The next day, I link up with my mom. I took her shopping. I was supposed to take her shopping. Guess who was at the mall?
Oh, not the bouncer.
Girl. The same bouncer. And he's looking at me, looking at him, looking at me.
That's crazy. Why is it every single time a stalker comes out, they always end up following you? That's crazy.
I think that's my payback. Oh, you finna proposition your friends?
Mm-hmm.
This is
Karma,
what you get.
karma, karma. Every friend
Trying to
gets a
get you over
stalker.
that.
They all come to you.
Mhm. Yep. Yep. They were like, listen, remember that good word that you was trying to put in?
Mm. I'm here to
Uh,
collect. I'm here to collect.
ukone. Come on. All of a
Mm.
sudden it's, ukone. No, I don't know. I
You
don't.
finna learn today. Finna learn today.
So we saw him there. My mom is looking at me and she's just like, do you know him? I was like, absolutely not. and we and it was like the weirdest location too. It was the Macy's, the one that we still had, the one that we had.
Oh,
I'm like, out of all places, you come here?
that's weird. That is weird. Well,
That is like,
I mean, you do always end up finding out. A lot of people that's like up there or that hang out there, frequent there, are always in our neck of the woods. I don't know what it is about our people were always talking smack, but they were always in our neck of the woods. We always running. They always knew somebody who lived down here. People were coming from up there. Look, when people told me that they were coming from up there to come down to our neck of the woods for parties, I was like, for real? Seriously? Here? This
why?
sleep by 10 p.m. town? Are you sure? They were like,
Really?
yeah,
You
that.
sure?
They were like, yep, the house parties be fun. This, that, and the third be happening.
It
I
was
was like,
always
that's crazy.
it was always a house party. I was never allowed to go to any of them house parties. I was
Nope,
like, well, that explains it.
me neither. Clearly, we were missing all the fun.
Apparently, everybody and their grandmama came down here.
Facts. Facts.
I'm
Everybody
like,
out
what?
here putting for the dead.
It was always, oh, I got mad people that live out there. Sir,
Hmm. They're like,
sir.
yeah, I got a cousin down here. I got a friend that lives out. It's always somebody that I knew that
A
lived down
cousin, a friend, a dog, a shepherd,
there.
something
Mhm. It's
like
always something.
it's always something. I'm like, can you not?
Mm,
Can you go?
they could.
So yeah, listen, those were the days. Those were the days.
Indeed. Man, I think the best part, but the thing I like most wasn't like if we got lucky and we went to like a club or a bar where they were actually playing good music, that was a bonus. But I think the
Oh,
thing I look forward to the most was the people watching after when you see all the drunk people just
ah,
stumbling out. the fights that take place outside. That was the best part. And when the police come up and you are in a nice, safe distance where you can watch all this and possibly
And they were
video.
always the cute ones. They were always the cute cops that popped up. I was like, so this is where y'all are hiding.
They wait for the precincts
Where
with the drunk girls.
where are you when where were you when I was getting pulled over in broad daylight in the same area? No, 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 no. I need to be out here on this shift.
Nope. Nope.
You can pull me over, not him.
They are nowhere to be found. They're never anywhere to be found. That's the problem.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, the people watching was amazing because it's
Hmm.
I don't know what it is about people. It in their it's almost like they're in their natural habitat when they're drunk.
Yep.
It's just absolute foolishness that goes down.
It's like watching nature, you know? It's like a
Yeah,
nature watch, but with people.
like the Discovery
The
Channel.
discover, exactly. Discover the drunk people. The ones that gets me the most were the guys that were like they were trying all night to do their game, kept us striking out, and then now that
Mhm.
the clubs are closing, this is like literally their last final chance to see if
Mhm.
something will happen. They're desperately trying to grasp at straws, and I'm just looking at it. I was like, damn. Even when they're drunk, they still don't want you. That's sad.
It's aw.
That is so sad.
She's like, this is pathetic.
It is
Pick up
sad.
your dignity.
It's seriously some self-respect. What happened to that? All that gusto and that macho. That what was that? Where did it go?
Out the window.
Where
Out the
did it go?
window, through the woods, probably down the drain when they were throwing up.
Oh, so you just stopped caring about your self-respect. What happened to that bravado that I was giving you respect for? I was like, you know what? Stick with your morals, okay? I am jealous of the level of confidence you're oozing out here right now. And now it's like they done broke
Now,
you down from hours and hours of trying, and now you're just like
well,
just out here in the
this is
point of
it.
tears. The point of tears. Just desperate and in the point of tears.
The funny part was, so you would have the ones that were stumbling out.
Mm-hmm.
You would have the ones that were, like you said, grasping at straws.
Yep.
But then you would have the ones that were just like, you know how like there are some people like when they've had too much, they're like aggressive drunks. They need to fight. They need to. I'm like, sir, and or madam, it is not that serious. Those are the ones where it's like if you are from a distance, first of all, none of y'all can fight sober. Let's get that out of the way. I don't know if you ever noticed this, but when somebody who cannot fight and they're drunk and then they try to fight, it's sometimes.
It was so funny. You know, sometimes I'm like, I wonder how this would play out if they had you know, the little sumo suits that they used to have when they were like on the fairs, and you would
Yep.
get in the ring and like jump against these. I was like, they need one of those. That's what they need.
Yes, at least that's some sort of protection.
They'll
So
be
you're
out
not
here
hitting your head
stumbling.
on the concrete or whatnot. So I'm like, if you're gonna be
Hmm.
doing all this food, it's just at least you have something that protects you,
Seriously.
keep you together. But
Hmm.
it's oh, those were hilarious. I remember there was one fight that broke out, and obviously the cops were lurking around somewhere. They hadn't pulled up yet. Fight breaks out. But the thing is that no one was connecting. So it looked like they were fighting air.
Those are the best.
So
It was
they're cursing at each other, they're yelling at each other. The girls are over here. Oh my gosh, stop it! Stop. I'm like, what exactly are you stopping? Nobody is connecting. Like nobody at all. It's like
no.
me standing in front of you and I still miss. That's how
Those
bad it was.
those ones were the best. No, in all seriousness, they were talking to air. Those were the best. I could not stop laughing. I would be on the cobblestone holding my stomach, gasping for air, and just cackling so hard. It was just so funny.
There was a
So funny. They really thought they was doing something. Like literally.
Mhm. There was a guy who was now, mind you, during these hours, at these hours, Foolishness. That's all you can expect. Don't expect nothing more, nothing less. Just foolishness. But there was a guy, he was like in a corner and he was peeing. You could obviously tell that he was peeing.
Mm-mm.
But it also sounded like he was also talking to the wall.
Yeah, they have great conversations with the wall. Let me
He's
tell
having
you.
this in-depth conversation. And mind you, I'm walking by, I'm like, talking to the is he talking to the wall? Mind you, my friend is like, mind your business. He's talking to the wall. You telling me to mind my business?
Yes, you do. You do.
He's
Because it
having a
might turn
full
that
fledged
crazy on you.
He's having a full fledged conversation. I was just like, well, carry on, carry on. There was I've seen situations where the girls when they're like this, their debacle, their foolishness is mostly contained in the ladies' room,
Hmm.
where I feel like we try to retain our dignity.
Oh, yeah. The rest of us are like, it's an unspoken rule. Get it together, girl. Clean
Get
her
it
up.
together, girl.
Fix her face. And if it
It's
looks like
like
her friends have abandoned her, come here, lost puppy. Come here, puppy. You're ours now. We're going to adopt you and clean you up and give you a whole brand new home.
oh, girl, you need a breath mint. Okay, pop it in.
Okay, brush your teeth. Brush your teeth. Say ah. Okay, spit it out. Spit it out. Let me hold her hair. Hold her
Hold her
hair.
hair.
Hold
Hold
her
her
ear.
hair.
Somebody hold her purse. Hold her purse. She's falling in the water. Hold the water. Wipe.
Does
Get some
somebody have
napkins.
eyeliner? Her mascara. Does somebody have mascara? Hers is running. Oh, I've got some. I'm like,
Mhm.
the
Listen,
most.
there is nothing more organized, okay, than the bathroom of a club with some drunk girls in it. That's the most executed. When I tell you the form, the execution with which this takes place, sensational, sensational.
I remember there was a time where the ladies, obviously, there's always like one or two stalls in each of the bathrooms for the boys and the girls.
Hmm.
But there was no toilet paper in the girls' room. Two of the ladies actually went over to the boys' room, kicked the brother out, took the toilet paper, and brought it over to the ladies' room.
They don't need it.
And the girl that helped her, looked back at the boys, and she was like, "We need it more. You guys are pigs anyway."
No, she didn't.
I'm standing in line. I'm like, "What the hell happened?"
The things that you be witnessing,
I'm just
honestly.
like, "What?" No one would believe me.
No,
No one would believe me. I'm like,
I,
y'all
I,
just,
I could believe
you
it.
had to be there.
I could
You
believe.
had to
I
be there.
seen it. I saw it one time where it was like this restaurant. Of course, there's always a line for the women's bathroom. These two girls who said, "F it." There was no one in the boys. There was no line for the
Yeah,
boys' bathroom, so they went in there. One friend sat in front, the other one went pee. They swapped, and then went about their business. They're like, "We ain't got time to wait." I was like,
I've seen that happen too. Seen that happen too.
"Correct."
I've seen one time. Listen, I've seen it where the line for the women's room was longer than the men's room, to the point where they blocked off the men's room and they let the girls go first. I was
Hmm.
like, these girls are gonna fight these dudes.
Listen, when I tell you, determined, tipsy to drunk women are the most organized people that you will ever see in your life. Even at the
Hmm.
stage of them being like not completely there, they're still completely there. Like it's now on
Exactly.
autopilot for them to just like take over and manage things, even whilst they're not in their state of mind.
And
Of
when I say I have a rule, I don't argue with drunk people. I'm talking about the women. I will not argue with drunk women.
oh no,
I
that's gonna
will
get you
not.
killed. That would get you
I
killed, girl.
will not. I will fight a dude before I argue with a drunk woman. Absolutely not.
I mean,
They are hostile.
aside from all these, down memory lanes and the things that transition from 20s to 30s, man. Whew, the stories, the
Girl,
stories.
The
any
stories.
anything you want to tell the people? Anything you advice for those who are still in their 20s, who are probably still experiencing some of those situations or have in some of these like memories themselves?
I would say the new crop of 20 somethings who are out there living it up, partying, getting in touch with themselves. I would strongly encourage you. Listen, we live in a cold area. No one will judge you if you wear a coat. No one at all.
Hmm.
Not one damn bit.
Hmm.
No
Better
one
budget
will
for that
judge
coat check.
you. No one will judge you if you use coat check.
Yep.
Okay, them
Nope.
$5. Well, now we got inflation, so it's probably 10 now, but still,
Hmm.
best $10 you ever spent.
Listen, if you want to be, a good entrepreneur, just finagle your way to not have to pay the cover. You're already saving that $30 to $35 right there. What's $5 or $10 to the coat check? Chump change. You were gonna pay the
Right?
cover anyways to get in. I see as a
Just
benefit
throw
for
it
me.
in there. Just
Hmm.
throw it in there.
Yep.
Um, I would say because nowadays, my quote unquote clubbing days or going out days is reserved for restaurants with chairs.
Yep.
Because this is
Cushions,
trying cushioned.
good
All
beverages,
right,
back support. Let's not forget that.
right. That back support. If I want to feel like I'm part of the in crowd or I'm really live, part of the lively crew, I sit at the bar.
Mm, mm,
There will be no standing around. Look, no, 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 no. I'm beyond that. My ankles,
mm,
they don't want it.
mm.
With my luck, somebody can look at me and I sprain another ankle. I ain't got
Yeah.
time for all that.
Whoa, 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 let's not get crazy now. We need your working angles to be doing all the over 30 activities we got planned, like
Right.
whining and dining and all that good stuff.
Exactly. So I would say for the newer, younger crop of 20 somethings, go out there, have fun. Please do it safely. Establish some ground rules, ladies, while you are still sober.
Hmm.
I will stress this. Establish some ground rules while you are still sober. Okay? We're not trying to find out somebody didn't make it home. Oh, my friend left me. No, 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 no. In this day and age, we got all these ride share programs. The buddy system has yet to
Hmm.
fail.
Yep. Yep,
Where
it's
are you
true.
going? Are you going to the bathroom? No, we going to the bathroom. No,
Mhm.
we going to the bar. Y'all need to start working on your French.
It's a French
We.
activity. Exactly. We for everything. Hmm.
Yes. Mhm.
And not
So I
only
would
that,
go ahead.
I said, oh, not only that, also make sure like that one rule is even when you meet someone cute in there, get their contact information. You can meet them later during daylight hours. You will not be leaving the group. You will not depart from the group. You will not go anywhere away from the group with said stranger that you have just met. You
He
can do
cute,
your
but he ain't that
activities.
cute.
Yep, you can do your activities within the confines and the walls where your buddy system is located and have eyes on the exits and on you at all times.
You want to do whole activities? We'll do whole activities right here, where I can see you.
That's right.
Okay, all right.
I do
You
not sign off nor condone on hoish activities, but if that's what you want to do, that's between you
do it
and the
right
Lord.
here, right here.
Hmm.
You ain't going off nowhere. Right here.
Right where we can see you.
Get it all out of your system, and then we be gone.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. People are gonna, my new phrase going forward is humans are gonna human. They gonna do whatever it is that they gonna do.
Mm.
I would prefer that you do it safely because these streets are wild,
They are wild. They will always be wild.
especially in this post-COVID world. Okay, all right,
Post, post, same, in it, in the drenches, whatever.
whatever
Uh,
you want to call it.
whatever you want to call it. All I said, new crops of 20s, this new batch of youth. Like you said, have fun, do it safely. Okay. Number one, while you're still sober, know where all the exits are located. In cases of emergency, know where you need to go to run or hide or any of those types of situations. Because it takes only seconds from it to going from a good time to a horror show. Only
Mhm.
seconds, and you must always be ready at all times. And not only that, know who's in your group. Okay, if your group
Oh
is, if you
yeah.
don't have like actual safety or secure people, know what your limit is. If you know by the time you get to third drink, you getting a little like tipsy, cut yourself off. Start drinking some water. Let that out of your system. Drink early in the beginning, so that way by the time you leave, that 6+ hours later, it's already out of your system. You're of clear mind, you are sober, and you are capable of making sound decisions.
Yeah. Every other drink, have 2 glasses of water.
Mhm.
Listen, you might have to go to the bathroom, all right? That's perfectly fine. You need
Yep.
to walk it off anyway.
Walk it off, honey.
Right.
Walk it off.
You need to scope the scene, because I know with these younger ones, the younger 21s, the new crop, y'all got to see what's out there. Walk around, look cute, break in them heels that you wore, because I know when we did it, we didn't break it in long enough.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we can go on and on, but I think we'll work on a part 2 for you guys, because I still have some stories. I feel like I feel like
We will
you know.
always have stories for you guys. But for today, we will leave you at that. This is a little sprinkle of the things that we have experienced in our 20s, shenanigans that we have had and gone through. Okay?
Mhm.
So until next time,
Bye.
bye.